Good day, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Drew, and this is Micah.
Hey.
And we are here today for you to talk about. Look at how quiet that was.
That was such
because
an
of my sweater.
unsatisfying cheers.
Angle it more, Drew. So
Oh yeah,
like,
hit the bottom.
Oh,
There you go.
Nice.
we are here to talk with you about holiday-themed writing instruments, inks, pens, what have you, things that fit your needs for holiday cards, just feeling in the zone for this time of year. And myself and Micah have chosen some of our favorite pens and inks to talk about. These are just our personal preferences. We'd love to hear from you. If you have a particular pairing that you're into this time of year, let us know. Maybe you know something that we don't. But you're going to cover the ink. He's a much better ink guy than I am. And I'm going to talk about some pens. So, I don't know. Anything you want to add there? That about cover it?
No, I'm so excited for this.
To say that Micah enjoys the Christmas time of year is an understatement, to say the least, because this man will talk about Christmas all year round. He will listen to Christmas songs all year round.
Yeah.
And at first, everybody was a little, okay, that's interesting. But now it's just...
That's Micah.
I'm just always in the Christmas spirit. Like, I'll always, like... And people get mad when people listen to Christmas music like after Halloween. They're like, no, like Thanksgiving's next. But here's the thing, I just listen to Christmas music all year round.
He's
like I just don't stop.
No.
So at least I'm consistent, right? Like no one, it's just normal for me. So I don't know. I still get all the grief for it. That's fine.
Nah, I won't give you any grief.
I will. Just kidding. Sorry.
The only thing I'll give you grief for is wanting that Winter Wonderland sign still up in the break room here.
I love it.
It needs to come down.
Never.
Well, now it's fine because it's winter. Anyway, tell us about some ink preferences, my man.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. There are a lot. Like, I chose red, green, and gold because there's classic Christmas colors, but there's a lot of variations of those. So I had some trouble, but so we'll start with this one. Robert Auster, Heart of Gold. This is a yellow gold ink with gold shimmer in it. It's just a great, shiny, beautiful ink. It's great. It's really awesome for if you're just trying to get some little accents or something, just a little shine in it. But I think that's just a really solid gold ink that has gold shimmer in it. So I think if that's what you're looking for, it's probably some of the best that you'll find.
Look at all that gold.
There's so much shimmer in it, I know.
Man. Give it a good shake, ladies and gentlemen. This, even if it's in your pen, make sure you take your pen before you start writing with it and just give it a little, some people do the tip method, some people do the twist. Just agitate it a little bit before you start writing with it so it doesn't clog up your feed. But if you do that, you're going to be a happy camper.
And you're going to have a beautiful Christmas card.
Mm-hmm. I picked some of the more traditional pairings. You've got your red and green set here. This is the Platinum Balance. And apart from the color scheme, which, you've got the red, green, and gold going on, I really like the way this pen writes. I think that for the price, it is a great, great nib with a little bit of bounce to it. If you're going to be writing a lot of cards, if you're going to be writing anything for a long period of time, this is a super comfortable nib to write with because it's got just a little bit of bounce. And if you like a smaller nib, which puts your fingers a little bit closer to the page, then this is also a good pen for you, which is something I personally like. I like smaller nibs because I like my fingers really close to the page because I feel like I have more control that way. So I love these pens, and just for a different writing experience, I think they're a great choice. And you can't go wrong with the color combination, and they're pretty affordable as well.
Yeah, I think I have a Platinum Balance, and I really, really like it.
You think?
I'm almost certain.
That's when you have too many pens. That's when you have too many pens.
But I have definitely used one, and I really, really do like it.
It's a fun pen to write with.
Yeah.
What else you got?
All right. This one, I think this is a very underrated ink. So I've been doing ink sampling. I took over the role of ink sampling, and I've been doing swabs each month of just different themes for the month.
Nice.
And I swabbed this up for my November month. Noodler's Red. Just straight up, no nonsense, Noodler's Red. And I was so impressed with how vibrant this red was. But it's not bright. It's just a very solid, full-colored, classic red.
I think Noodler's, the regular ink names, don't get a lot of appreciation because why pick Noodler's Green when you've got green cactus or something really interesting with a more clever name. But really, Noodler's green, Noodler's red, like some of the Noodler's purple, Noodler's blue. Oh my gosh, it's one of the best blues we carry.
Yeah.
But when you've got Liberty's Elysium and these other ones that kind of grab your attention a little bit
blue.
more. Yeah, right. But his regular line is just great. Red, green, blue, purple. Go for it.
And the red is bulletproof, if I remember correctly, right?
Bulletproof, bulletproof as a naming convention is a little. They're all a little bit different when it comes to.
Okay. Yeah.
That I don't like to throw that classification around because everybody's got slightly different definitions for it.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, but this red is just really, really excellent. When I was swabbing it, I was like, man, I got Noodler's red. I need a red. But I was like, wow, this ink is beautiful. So solid red.
Nice.
Great price for Noodler's ink.
Absolutely.
Like, you get a ton of it. Like, it's just workhorse for Christmas cards.
Very cool. Always open it on a table. Never hold it and open it because
I made that mistake so many times.
Oh yeah, he fills them to the brim. It's the only time we've ever heard anybody take issue with the fact that you're getting too much bang for your buck. So next we're going to go a little bit more untraditional. I can credit Micah for this because I was going with lots of reds and greens. But he mentioned to me, well, blue and silver is also a thing, Drew. And I said, Micah, you're right, by golly. So here we've got the Bennu Briolet in Blue Frost. And can you get more wintry than this? The answer is no. You can't. You can't do it. So we've got an awesome little number 5 nib on this guy. It does not post, so don't buy it if that's a bugaboo for you. But it is a great rider, and this thing just screams the season. Contrastly, moving past Christmas, you've got the New Year, Micah.
I'll never move past.
No, I know you won't. I know you won't. But this is still we're talking holidays, and the New Year is a holiday, and this is the limited edition Bennu Hexagon with their New Year's pattern or New Year's color scheme. So it's got some of that blue flake that the Briolet and Blue Frost has, but you've got green accents and highlights instead. And this is the Hexagon, so it is a different model. So you've got a different center band here, and it's just a different model pen. If you look closely, you do see etched hexagonal patterns in here too. So it's got more of a tactile feel, which you might like, you might not like. Either way, 2 solid holiday representations: the season and then the New Year. What do you think? Honestly, what do you think about Bennu? Bennu seems to be kind of a divisive pen.
I love them.
Some people really, really love them. Some people are like, why would I hold that thing? It's just, I don't know if I'm decided yet.
I just think they're hilarious because, like, for people who aren't pen people, they think of fountain pens as, like, dignified and expensive and, all, like, just, like, these very, like, proper, like, you have to be a millionaire to use them. And then you roll up and pull out, like, a Bennu. You're like, oh, here, let me sign this with my fountain pen. And people are like, what is that? Like, I think they're hilarious. I think they're great.
So, okay, that's an interesting take there, Micah. I like them. I do. And I think folks like them for the most part as well.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
All right. We'll do the one I brought from home because why not show you inks you can't get? Because
you're saving your favorite for last.
I'll save the perfect Christmas ink till last. You can see it kind of.
Yeah.
But, all right. So this one is just a really solid regular green. It was the 2015 Commonwealth Pen Show ink, which is the same one as King Philip's Requiem that it was the same year. It's called Plymouth Wilderness. I don't really know a fun story behind it. I think it was just like kind of modeled after like the Plymouth Wilderness. But it's just a really solid green. And I was looking through my swab book and I was like, I have so many blues and blacks and all this stuff. And then I saw that and I was like, that's it. That's the green. Like that's what needs to happen.
I like that label.
Yeah. That year you had all this kind of really interesting stuff happening with the label. So let's just get the old swab going. But yeah, I think that's one of the more interesting things about Christmas colors, because yeah, you have like your standard green, red, gold stuff, but you can have so much variation amongst those. You can do a more classic red. You can do maybe something like a darker red, like a red black.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful ink. And so
now I'm gonna challenge you here.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna challenge you here, Micah. That is gorgeous. But what if I, the purchaser, in the holiday spirit, want to find an ink like that we currently sell?
Yes.
Well, of this exact shade.
No, not of that exact
Well, we're gonna
shade,
have
but...
a green ink that I'm gonna show you
Okay,
in a second. But that's I think that's what I'm trying to say, that like you can do so much with just different shades of ink. So you could have like 4 different greens in the same Christmas card you're writing, and they would all look completely different.
I'm also a fan of Noodler's Sequoia green and Noodler's Forest green. I think those are 2 solid greens as well.
Yeah, and then there's like Diamine Golden Ivy if you want like a nice dark green with gold shimmer.
I like
in
Evergreen as well, Diamine Evergreen.
Yeah, there are so many cool different inks that you can use. That you can have all these combinations. You can have depth and range, just even using the same like 3 colors.
For sure.
So.
For sure. Next up, we're going to talk about some Auroras. These are the Epsilon'S, and we've had these for a while, and they're not loud pens, but of course I picked the red and green ones. The color isn't the main reason I picked them though. I did pick red and green just because, that's the theme, but we already showed red and green. The reason I picked these was because of the nib, specifically their stub nib. They call it a stub, and by definition, yeah, it probably is one, but in comparison to a lot of the other modern and current stubs that we carry, it's a lot more crisp. So by definitive terms, it's not a crisp italic, but compared to other stubs, it is pretty crispy. And that means that the sides of the nib are much more sharp of an angle when it comes to the top. It's less rounded off like stubs are. So if you're writing holiday cards and you want a really sharp looking ribbon effect with your stub, this is the pen to go with. Now I will say that some folks find this pretty hard to write with because it is a little bit more crisp. With any rotation, you could dig some corners into the paper, so you need to keep it 100% flat when you're writing. Any rotation at all, and you're going to feel it, and it might be a little harsh. But once you get that down, it is probably, in my opinion, the most beautiful stub or italic that we carry.
This is probably like writing with a Pilot Parallel, that you have to just like keep them like completely flat, otherwise it like gets all wonky.
It's a lot like that, but I love these, and I love writing holiday cards with stubs because people are more impressed by that, and that really says, hey, I'm not writing with a regular pen.
Yeah, for sure. All right, the last one. This is my opinion, the #1 Christmas ink. It doesn't get any Christmas here. Drew and I were arguing about this.
Oh, we weren't arguing. I was just, it's very definitive.
And it is it Jacques Herbin now?
I think it's just a Herbin.
I think that's the regular line, and then these are
those.
Jacques
You're
Herbin.
right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Jacques Herbin, Emerald of Chivor. And this is an ink that gets so much love because it deserves it. It's like a beautiful, almost mint green that sheens red and has gold shimmer in it. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. You get everything all in one ink. The bottle is beautiful. I took one of our empty bottles that we sell just so you guys could see it because they're wrapped up when we get them. So it's got like this beautiful, like kind of waxy cap, the wax seal. It is a beautiful bottle filled with beautiful ink. And it really just doesn't get any Christmassier. Like you use one of these italic stubs and you write with this. People see the red sheen and the shimmer and they're like, "Whoa, are you a master penman?" And
are you Santa Claus?
No, I'm just a scrub. But this ink is beautiful and it makes my handwriting look way better than it actually should.
That's a lovely ink. It really is. Well, that is our selection. Those are our personal picks. If I thought more, longer, and harder, I could probably come up with some more. But that's what the comment section is for, right? So let us know what you think, what your pairings are. And check out Mondays right now because we're going to talk more about an awesome pairing of holiday pens. The red and green TWSBI pens that are coming down the pipeline. You betcha. And while the red isn't a loud Christmas red, they are red and green pens, so worth mentioning here. So keep an eye on those, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Right on.